Hey, what is going on? This is Mike Clark, Keys and Knowledge. Hey, it's another fire episode, man. Listen, we're gonna talk about down payment and closing assistance that much no, a lot of people want to know about. I don't think it's a lot of information out there, at least accessible. It's all over the place. So I'm gonna give you a few resources. I'm gonna create a series on different tools, resources you could use when it comes to you know maximizing your first time homebuyer options and tools and resources that are out there that many of you didn't know about. I mean, I promise you, I didn't know about any of these programs. I've heard about them, always heard about them, but I never knew how to attack it or find them. Maybe it was because I was being lazy. I should have been able to do it. Like I said, you can maximize using your realtor, you can maximize using your lender, but if they don't know about it, then it's useless, man. There's a lot of great realtors out there that I know off the top of my head that they know about these programs, and if you talk to them, they'll be able to assist you. And I just want to be one of them, so I'm gonna broadcast that stuff out, of course. Now, this is a resource that I'm on. Everybody knows if you're from El Paso, hey, go to the El Paso, Texas .gov website. Go to the website and you know go through the community and human development department. You can check that out. Go to the website, and then you're gonna have resources, different resources. But I always start with the city and the county to see what they have available. From there, of course, you can also go to lenders, cold call lenders. Google, of course, and then of course ChatGPT. That kind of consolidates a lot of different resources if there's some stuff that's available, readily available. But I'm going to talk about a couple resources that I found, and we're just going to break it down. Like I'm going to start, like I said, pushing out different content for it. But ultimately, here's a resource you can look it up and you can verify. And I don't know what this says. We are now accepting requests for municipal resolutions. 9% low income housing tax credit proposal. Developer must submit. So this is some great stuff right here. This is some developer right here. But we're right here. Housing Finance Corporation. I'm gonna go through this pretty quick. I don't have a lot of time, but I'm gonna go through this pretty quick. That way you guys understand it, and then hopefully later on tonight or tomorrow we'll go in full detail. But like I said, I'm on this website, and as you guys can see, Housing Finance Corporation. The El Paso Housing Finance Corporation is an independent entity created pursuant to the Housing Finance Corporation Act by the council as a nonprofit corporation. It has been in existence since 1979. That's a long time, man. And I don't know if people, push that out, man. That's a long time. The statutory purpose of this corporation is to assist people of low and moderate income to acquire and own decent, safe, sanitary, and affordable housing, and to preserve and increase the tax base of the local government. So this is great. It's a one size fit all. It helps not only give people access to being able to buy a home, funding to buy their home, but also it helps with the local government, because if a home is just sitting there vacant or not, no one's living in it, of course we're not collecting any taxes off of it. So that's where this is a great program for, right? To this end, the El Paso HFC, Housing Finance Corporation, is dedicated to promoting local ownership, home ownership, and housing opportunity. The HFC is governed by a board of directors appointed by the mayor and city council, and has an executive director who manages operations. Man, I would love to be part of one of these. So I'm going to look into this. This will probably be another thing that I could be on the background of. You guys can get see some background content on. Me just trying to apply for certain things. See if it happens, man. Never know. So the HFC achieves its purpose primarily by issuing tax-exempt mortgage revenue bonds. Now, if you don't understand what that means, all we have to do is copy, go to Google, and we look it up, right? We look it up. It's generating tax-exempt mortgage revenue bonds are a type of municipal bond issued by state and local governments to provide affordable below market rate mortgages to eligible low and moderate income first-time homebuyers. The interest earned by investors on these bonds is exempt from federal income tax and often state and local taxes as well, making them an attractive investment. Oh wow. That's pretty good if you're an investor. That's nice. All right. So the El Paso HFC also has the ability to issue bonds for the financing of multiple multifamily projects, which I always tell you guys, single family, if you're single or you have a family that's willing to live in a smaller space, of course, I've done it myself. Uh, I lived in one side of a duplex, renting out the other side, and that really helps with not only your financing portion, your mortgage, but also your overall expenses, because now you don't have to pay for the mortgage, but you have a roof over your head, and you have a real asset at some point. If you decide to move, now you're renting out both units, or you got a 4-unit, you're renting out the unit that you leave. So it's always great. Now this is great too as well, man. There's a block right here for renters. If you want to rent, residents are required to meet income guidelines, make it 50,000 or less of one occupant, and 63,000 or less for 2-person occupancy. And then here you go for leasing information. Contact the property manager at this number, and then it shows you 3 different apartment complexes and shows you what the rents are going for. Which these are great rents because, believe it or not, like I said, market rents they're pretty high, man. So definitely use this as a resource. If you're still renting, you need to be, you still need to rent before you could transition into housing. Use those resources, man. Use those resources and make it a point to look for them. Now, here's another great resource. Welcome Home El Paso Down Payment Grant Program grants up to 5% of principal loan amount to help buy a home within El Paso city limits, which that is nice, right? Household of 2 or less, this is what you got to make, 90,100. A household of 3 or more, you're at 103,615. So, like I said, it's low income, but also median. That's like sort of the median income. So, this is available. Now, rates are updated daily. Please call lender and find out. Now, you have 2 right here, 2 resources: GECU, Guardian Mortgage. I'm sure there's other mortgage companies that help as well, but these are listed by the website, which if you're looking for something that's vetted, this is on the website, it should be vetted, right? I'm not soliciting anybody. I'm just reading strictly off of what I see here, as you guys can see, right? Now, where it says mailing list for nonprofit organization, if you're a nonprofit organization, it's based in the city of El Paso. Okay, you can do something like this. I'm going to go ahead and fill this out really quick. No, it's going to take a little too long. I'll come back to that. And then now this is the one we're going to talk about all week. All week we're going to be discussing this, and I definitely want to become a subject matter expert on this, so you guys can truly understand this program, because it's not going to last long. What I'm learning from this is there's a pool of money, there's a pot of money that they receive. The Mikasa Homebuyer Program, once again, is a nonprofit organization. They only have so much money to allocate, right? So the sooner you put in your application to get this to be approved for this particular program, the better. All right. So now it says apply now for up to $20,000 in down payment assistance grant funds now, which is great. It also leaves you a phone number. That's on the flyer that I sent as well. Now it says funds won't last long. I've heard that this program's been out since January, so I don't know how much is left. But like I said, when you're talking about down payment, you're talking about closing costs, this will help you with those potential costs, man. And not only that, in addition, you're still able to have a great realtor who can go ahead and negotiate for you on your behalf as well. So now you're talking about getting some sort of concessions from the seller. So that's also going to help, bring down those costs, which is great too, man. That's a great added value. But once again, you have to have a realtor that knows how to do that. Now it says grant funds must be used for down payment and closing costs. So it's either or, it's fine, or you use it for both, right? Home must be purchased within El Paso city limits. Must complete home buyer education counseling before closing. So this is like I think it's a small class, but it's a home buyer education. I think everyone should take something like this similar, because I promise you, the moment you move into a house, whether it's brand new or used, pre-owned, I promise you something's going to happen with the home. You need to be educated on everything when it comes to the home buying process, and everything when it comes to owning a home moving forward, right? Now, must be a first-time home buyer if purchasing in non-targeted area. What I've learned from this is, now if you bought a home, but you haven't bought a home within the last 3 years, you are now considered back into this, eligible for this program. Once again, just call to verify the information, but there is a timeline. So if you bought a house, at once you meet a certain criteria on that, you may be still eligible for this program. So definitely take a look into that. Must be a first-time home buyer if purchasing in non-targeted area. Understand that they majority of these programs want you they want you to purchase inside of a targeted area, not to move people into a certain area just because it might be new development. It might be an option where housing is just readily available in that area. It's already built up, the community's there, etc., etc. So this may be a good tool for anyone that's looking for that. So if you're saying it's not the right time to buy because A, you don't have enough money saved up, B, you just don't know where to start, and you just need more education, this may be a program you want to look into. And you also must meet these income limits below, right? Once again, it goes back to the same one we were just talking about with the Welcome Home El Paso down payment grant program. You need to be at this one's a little bit better. So in the targeted areas, if you're going into the targeted area that they're looking at, right, hopefully you're able to find a home in that area. If you're a 1 to 2 person household, your income could be 109. Now, if you're 3 or more, you're allowed to be 128 to 40. And of course, you guys can see the non-targeted areas. So if you're looking anywhere else in El Paso and it's outside of that targeted area, now you still have an option, but it's just little, that income base of what you can make is a little less. So, if you still fall under this category on either or, then you have options. If not, you may want to just get more bang for your buck and then just try to utilize the program or utilize the household. Just go to the targeted area they're recommending, because it gives you a little bit more room if you're making a little more money. All right. Once again, this is just great information, man. I want to go ahead and show you guys this as well. So let me go ahead and share this screen here. Boom, boom, boom. So I'm going to show you this, guys. Presents. We're going to share one more screen. So stop sharing the screen. And then we're going to share the screen one more time. But I want to show you guys this one. All right. So this is the second. This is the link that I didn't click on that you guys didn't see, but I already had it up. It's the actual El Paso HFC. All right. It shows the Mi Casa program, the down payment resource team, the targeted area homes. And let me click on this so you guys can see it really quick. Like, these are some of the targeted areas, right? This home right here is $329,000. I would have to verify this with the MLS, right? Just to verify this home is still available, but this is just some. Here are some of the featured homes in targeted areas, right? So it's not like, run down homes if that's what you believe. There's some beautiful, beautiful homes within the El Paso limits that qualify, and you're able to use this program on top of whatever else you can negotiate when it comes to the contract. So this helps, man. Once again, check out this resource, use this resource. It has more information here, has a nice video, tells you more information about the home ownership possibilities, gives you more information about, once again, the Welcome Home El Paso down payment program and the Mi Casa home buyer grant program. So we're going to go into this all week. And then most likely, since you guys are already seeing this a little bit, we're going to go into this as well. Like I said, I don't know how long these will be in place. I have reached out to Mi Casa home buyer program. Their actual company or nonprofit, haven't been reached back out to, but I will do it again. And I want to show you guys behind the scenes of me reaching out and trying to be, an ambassador for these programs because I believe, everyone should know about them. Everyone should know about these, man. Have your option, know your options, because buying a home is very, very expensive. So, if you're getting $20,000, possibly, you may not get the full 20, but understand that helps. You could take that 20,000 you were going to have to save up or spend at some point, and then purchase new furniture. Maybe do an addition to your home, whatever you want to do to. You can actually utilize that money to pay off debt, of course. All of those different options. So this is why you want to maximize and utilize your resources around you. Once again, we're going to go in detail about this. So I didn't want to go too long on this. I just wanted to push this information out. I want you guys to see it. Again, even if you're renting, here's some more options right here. Rental properties. We got Myrtle. We're accepting housing vouchers. I know I have a lot of people that call me every now and then about, who's accepting vouchers. Here you go. These are a few resources for you, right? So definitely call because, there is a waiting list for a lot of this stuff. Of course, you got a developers link as well. So this is nice as well. And then, yeah, man, I just think we all have to take the time to go out. And that's why I want to do this, man. I want to do this so everyone can see, at least have an idea of where to start. And then, boom, now you know where to finish, right? So, again, my name is Michael Clark. You want to reach out to me. I'm part of the WAR team. Schedule a time with me. I'd love to sit down with you, go over these different programs. I would love to go over your housing needs, however I may help you. I would love to do that, as well as, just share this information out, man. Right now, with property taxes going up, with so many different things, with people working, and it's just a lot of different things. So you want to save money, you want to maximize different programs that are out there. There's no shame in anything at all. I promise you, even the most richest and successful people use free money. I promise you, they do. And don't feel some type of way about it because you're utilizing this. Because a lot of these programs, believe it or not, are use it or lose it. So definitely, we want to use this program. We want to maximize this program. We want this program to stay here in El Paso. We have to use it and show a need for it. And without showing a need for it, of course, there's no need to apply for it. And then now, we're not helping anybody else. So please call me. My phone number is 915-487-6602. You can also check me out on keysandknowledge.com. I have all of my social media handles that are there. Boom, you have that information as well. For my realtors, I am going to be the upcoming vice chair. Very, very excited. YPN, Young Professional Network. It's not just about young people. It's about anyone brand new and a professional that's a professional. Come check us out at Gepar. Come network. Come to learn and all those great things, man. I believe this is an underutilized committee, and people don't like, I don't know, for whatever reason, don't want to use it. But for me personally, man, when I got into this game, and I'm going to be in this game for a while, I want to use as many resources as I can. I want to get to meet as many people as I can and get the network immediately without, the onesies and twosies, man. You get to meet everybody in one setting and just work the room, get better at working the room. So, again, all week, we're going to go over the Mikasa Homebuyer Program. And then moving forward, it's going to be a new program every week. That's going to be the series that I believe is going to be happening. So hold me to it, man. Hold me to it. All right. If there's a program that you do know about, definitely put in the comment section. Let me know about it. I definitely would love to research it. And yeah, man, you're going to see me as a subject matter expert. I promise you. Mike's going to read every little thing. And then from there, just taking notes. And that way, boom, we have everything ready. So we'll be sharing that information together. But I appreciate you guys. You have a great day. I'm off to Toastmasters, man. Peace.